Hello, Aries. How are you? Welcome. I hope you're doing very, very well. Aries, let's see what your energies will be like in April 2026. We're going to do a general reading. Remember that we'll look at the details later in the new videos I upload to the channel. Anyway, this reading applies to everyone who has their sun, rising, as well as moon or Venus in the sign of Aries. Aries, if you want, you can follow me on my other TikTok and Instagram accounts where I'll be uploading new content. If you need a personal consultation with me, you can write to the email shown on the screen and I will send you all the information you need. You can also contact the phone numbers that are posted if you wish. You will be able to contact a tarot service 24 hours a day. You will be able to reach my team of tarot readers who will be answering all your questions instantly. We are going to channel a message for the sign of Aries for April 2026. Happy birthday, Aries. For everyone who is having a birthday, since we are in your season. We have here the Three of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Devil, the Page of Pentacles. All right? Aries. We have two situations here. There's something new. Pay attention in your social life this month. We could be talking about new environments, new connections, new people who start to appear in your life. It could be a very social month. You might seem very open, very warm and willing to share. Maybe you'll join a new group of people, a new team. This could also be a work team. One of the main themes of this energy is the opportunity to create new alliances or to form new connections. Start building more trust with other people as well. So the social aspect, the topic of connections, the topic of relationships is one of the main themes this month. That's why I say there are new people here, the possibility of new connections. This doesn't necessarily have to do with something romantic. In some cases, yes, pay attention, friendships that can turn into something more. But it could also be a great month to start if you've been distant from the social scene or distant from certain friends from your past, to reconnect again with those people you believe. I have a good time with this person. It's been a long time since we've seen each other, and I want to catch up. So I feel like your social life starts picking up with that desire to share moments. Now we have here, pay attention, the devil who is in this situation, maybe what it's telling you on a social level. Be careful with excesses, be careful with attachments. It could be that you are very magnetic this month, and there's a feeling like, well, with this friendship, we've really reconnected again after a long time. The truth is, we're having a good time. But I'm noticing something. Either this person is emotionally feeling very intense and you are on a different wavelength, right? Or you're going to be there seeing whether this person or some people are influencing you in some way. What am I trying to say? Like starting to choose, because it's about that, I feel. Aries, a little bit, right? Like your perspective regarding a team, groups, or friendships is going to be changing this month. And it could be that new information comes in and you start to see new things. Also, to start seeing realistically the people you connect with, friendships from the past and new friendships that are starting to come into your life. So there could also be a matter of selection, right? Naturally. That is, well, with this person, I feel like I can share this, but I do have certain boundaries there. I feel like there are other things that either I can't tell them or I can't share. Or if there's a tendency, that's why I said it, if there are negative people around you, if there are people who are very attached to you, people who might be a little jealous, be careful, because this can also happen. those things are going to start coming to light. So it could be a month where a lot of relationship issues start to come to light. Like, I'm starting to see another side of this person, another situation, the way things are handled. And this also gives you a chance to say, well, to choose or to decide what kind of relationships, community, or group do you want to be part of or spend time with, okay? There's going to be a lot of focus on the gap between people and in relationships. It may be that you are going through a big change in your life. And of course, if there is a personal change, there is something new on an emotional level this month that is being shared. That's why I say pay attention to what you share as well, right? Right? If there is, that's why I say if there is jealousy, right? We have here the High Priestess, we have the Empress, and here we have the Tower. Five of Pentacles, well, we're still focusing on relationships, groups, and connections. You're going to be very observant, Aries, very observant of people and also with what you share with them, right? It's about which people I trust at this moment in my life, which people I feel I can't trust as much anymore, and with whom I can open up. Can I go deeper? Can I connect with the other person without feeling maybe judged or criticized, or that there are people who might have ulterior motives, right? I feel like you all are going to be on the same level. I feel this is like observing, right? Like very intuitive with certain people. I mean, I already know where this is going. I already know what this friendship is about, or this person, or what they want. If there's a real connection, if there's not a real connection, if there's some ulterior motive, if there's an emotional interest. So you're going to be evaluating, observing, going deeper, analyzing these connections, right? There's some kind of very strong secret, the secret that gets revealed, that causes changes. That's why it affects the dynamics of a connection. This is like, for example, meeting someone you haven't seen in a long time, having a good time, and realizing that this person has changed, or that they're a completely different person when it comes to values. And what I feel is that you will be evaluating a lot who gives you their support, who makes you part of that group, who gives you that value. So a lot is shifting around your sense of value, and you'll be in a position to make a decision. What I feel, Ari, is that this isn't a month where you want to tie yourself down. As for, well, I feel that this person who has shown up, or this friendship, or this reappearance has been very intense lately. Or they're being very controlling, or sometimes it's like they're crossing certain boundaries, right? So maybe the energy is saying that there could be some kind of surprise or some kind of change in a community or a friendship. And this has a lot to do with the fact that what's changing in your life this month, Ari, is the way you relate to your environment, the way you relate to yourself. I feel like you're at a moment where you are open to meeting new people, new friends, new connections, with whom you can be yourself, with whom you vibe naturally, with whom you can express yourself, and people with whom you can show up exactly as you are, people you can trust deeply. So if you sense that there's something about someone that doesn't sit right with you, this will come to light. And maybe with this person, you'll go through a kind of test. I feel this as a test, maybe even a trial by fire. So pay attention. I don't feel this is very connected to anything sentimental or romantic, just so you know. In some cases, Aries might be involved, right? But I see it very strongly, of course, the first major arcana with your friends. Let's see. Let's see what else we have. Aries, April 2026. They beautifully choose here the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Nine of Pentacles here. We have the Ace of Wands. Such beautiful cards. Such beautiful cards. Because as a result of everything we've talked about regarding relationships, which is one of the main topics of expression, now we're going to dive a little deeper into this subject. But what are you starting to build? It's not just a new way to express love, a new way to relate to others, but also a new way to express your feelings and emotions, also to the person you believe in, to those Aries who may be in a relationship. I feel that this is a month where love also becomes stronger. Could there be something important being defined here? We could also be talking about starting a new phase here, a new stage with your partner, building something truly solid. That is, here I feel stable with this person. I also feel a sense of joy, achievement, well-being, emotional trust, and reciprocity. Above all, it motivates you, it drives you, and there can also be projects and goals here. So, one of the key topics this month has to do with values in relationships. And this is going to be reflected in several areas of your life, and mainly, as we've said, in the area of friendship. Pay attention also to issues of friendships. Not only the topic of values, but also what we include is the topic of with which people do you feel stable? With which people do you feel safe? If there is any discomfort here with the way someone expresses themselves emotionally towards you, you will feel it, and you will probably make a decision about it. Do I feel that this person has ulterior motives, or have I sensed something strange there? I've realized a truth, and I'm going to make a decision about it here. I feel like this is a month to pay attention.
Donde
Love blossoms, love grows. Regarding those who have a partner or are about to start a relationship This month I see very deep emotions, very intense emotions. This is what is born. It's the love that is born. And the new activities that you also start to share with this person. Financial matters. Pay attention to financial matters. I feel like it's going to be a very abundant month. It could be a month where a lot more money comes in, and that's what will make you feel much more stable. There might be a challenge during the month, a little surprise regarding financial matters, or you'll have to make a decision. Whether it's that if you've been spending a lot of money, you're going to start saving, you're going to start building up some assets. It's like, I want to feel secure. I see that money is coming in. So let's plan something serious. This isn't about consumerism. It's not about, well, a lot of money came in this month, so I'm just going to spend it all. Maybe what's happening is a new way of organizing all of this to create much more abundance. So what I feel, Aries, is that it's a month. Very connected to social matters, as we've said, to love, to what is born. Very connected also to the senses, to enjoyment, to pleasure. New pleasures will be appearing in your life, and I also feel that this is a new beginning for you. April can be the window to a new life. April can be the opportunity for rebirth. Start to have a new outlook on life with confidence, with enthusiasm, beyond what we have said to this person, to this friendships, to this secret that is revealed, or to these ulterior motives. I don't see it as something that will really affect your whole month, no, but it could. It's one of the tests that I see could be happening this April, okay? Let's do an extra reading for Aries this month of 2017. Let's see if there's anything else it wants to tell us this month. You have the Three of Wands here. You know what I feel? I feel, Aries, that this is a month of great vision for your future. It's a month where you're going to pause and start planning. From now to a few months ahead, from now to a year ahead, or even for the whole year. What things do you already want? I don't want this to remain a fantasy. I don't want this to remain an illusion, but rather I have a vision of the future here.
Em,
Whether it's scheduling or planning a trip, this is possible. It can also be the vision of a move, the vision of a new life, a new environment, a new lifestyle. I also feel that this has to do with energy on a personal level. I feel like I'm going to start connecting with a new version of myself, a new Aries, the Aries of the future, the Aries who knows what he wants, what he doesn't want anymore, who doesn't just settle for what he has, but plans for his future. So, your vision. There's something that's going to change in your mind this month. Your vision for the future. Planning, visualizing, projecting the desire to expand, to grow, to explore, to look for something new, right? It could also be new knowledge, some new learning, a new area of study. But I feel like here it's something that opens your mind. An Aries with a super, super, super open mind.
abierta.
Let's see what we have, Aries. We're already starting to see things anyway. This has been something very general. We'll be seeing many more details throughout the month in the new videos. Aries. April 2026. Let's see what your major arcana card will be. An extra major arcana card, right? Look, the High Priestess comes up again. And yes, Aries, it's the month of observation. It's the month of analysis. We've also talked about studies. We see you there studying something new. Surely your mind is asking you for new information, to nourish yourself with something new, with new knowledge, with something deep. This month, Aries lifts the veil, right? The veil of reality. And you start to see things in depth. Not only because you yourself are starting to see yourself in depth, but you're also going to start seeing the depth in everything. What's behind things. That's why pay attention to the things that come to light, to what gets revealed, especially topics that have to do with secrets. Also, in your environment, in that friendship, right? With what's starting there, you'd already been feeling something, sensing something. I've observed it, I'm analyzing it, and I got confirmation. It's also a month where you might have vivid dreams, very deep dreams. It's probably also a month where something is developing inside you which will soon come to light. Dear Aries, this is what we've seen regarding the available energy. For April 2026, I wish you all an excellent month, and I'll see you here next time. Tuteneros.